Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for taking time for this talk. My name is Yehia. I'm a blockchain engineer at Nethermind. I mainly work on smart contract and server side. This talk will be about on-chain AI agent with abstract wallet. I will start the first 2 or 3 slides, just a very quick introduction to make sure we are all on the same page. Then we'll share some design decision I was discovering when working on this. Then risk and challenges, and at the end I will share with you some cool AI agent I found when doing some search. So first, for AI agent, we have a lot of on-chain AI agent, like for trading, for NFT, for a lot of different things. Today we will talk about the DeFi optimization one, the AI agent we may use for DeFi. And when I mention AI agent for DeFi, I don't mean trading bots. I mean mainly wallet. So when you have an AI agent, you don't need it for trading only. Like you don't need a DCA for like AI agent to do a DCA. But it would be much more useful for your wallet. So you need to have all your saving. You're not your saving on trading bots, but you may put all your saving on a wallet, and that's what this talk about is to how to optimize DeFi, mainly by taking some TVL from CeFi platform and give it to your decentralized finance applications using AI. So everyone from attendees, I feel everyone is technical, so I will not take a lot of time on this. So everyone knows the issues of CeFi applications like custody, transparency, control, all of this, everyone know about them. When you use the DeFi application, you have your ownership, transparency, self-custodials, everything. And even from investment perspective, if you are using non-custodial wallets on Solana, for example, you would got the Trump meme coin much earlier. And of course, airdrops and higher yield for pools. But centralized exchange have a huge point, which is tools. Like when you use any centralized exchange, you have all tools in one place with a stable fees. So you don't need to worry about anything. You set your strategy for saving, and you save your money on a centralized exchange, and you feel it is more safe than having it on like any non-custodial wallet. So the main idea is to find a way to bring all TVLs from centralized exchanges to a DeFi. To do this, our gateway could be the abstract wallet. So I hope everyone know about abstract wallet. Like quickly, it is the new version of externally owned account and have two main components: paymaster, user operation entry, and bundler everything. So this wallet can be our gateway as it's programmable. We can add our own tools and add our own like code and plugins for it. Why ERC-4337, not the newest version, which is 7702? The main reason was the private key. Everyone knows that the private key is a bit problematic. If you have your old wallet and you transfer it to externally owned account, private key is still an issue. Like someone still can use your wallet with the private key. You can lose all your fund. And also one of the main issues is it's like new standard, not experimented yet and not yet for users. So I prefer it using the old one to make sure I have all standard features and everything more or less stable. Of course, some other teams on ERC-7702 did a great job, like Porto team. If someone heard about them, they had a talk yesterday. So I was amazed to see the features they have. For example, you don't need the private key on their case because they offered a way to like, you need only to delete the private key, just make it disappear and use social media recovery, which was great. Still, you will have an issue if you have the private key, but it was quite interesting and it's quite easier to use than the standard abstract wallet and have native paymaster, but still in development, but was quite interesting. Anyway, whatever the way we use it, the end goal we have is to have a better way to use DeFi, and features we may be able to implement. For example, abstract wallet have session keys. Session key, we can use it to set a policy for the AI agent. We have gas flexibility. For example, the AI agent can decide what is the most optimal way to pay your fees each time you execute a transaction, and easier cross-chain execution. From me, I keep checking all bridges, centralized, decentralized one, see what is the lowest fees, then pick it, which doesn't need a human to do this. Like AI agent can just check all bridges and pick the best one. Automating boring tasks, like keep claiming from certain pools. And when claiming, I claim on a time if it is on mainnet that the gas fees is not so expensive, which is cool. And the common thing, or the common thing about all these features is it doesn't need AI too much. Like if you think about it, most of these features, we are able to do it with normal automation. Just write code. For example, for cross-chain execution, use an aggregator. Pick the best aggregator you know and use it. Automated boring task, write a Python script, which is a fair point. But if we take an example like this, for example, I have a lot of stable coin. It is my saving. I don't want to risk them. I want only to get some passive income from stable pools. So simply, I will deposit all my USDC, USDT, whatever, on a pool. Then I keep waiting until I find a pool with higher yield. I keep switching between them, just rebalancing my portfolio. But then I will discover that some pools have fees, more extra fees, or have some locking time, which may cause issues. And in other cases, you may not have the best yield, or not best APY, but it would offer you, let's say, some airdrops or some points. Here, the AI agent can be used because with AI agent, you have some context awareness. You know what's happening, and the AI agent help you to decide your strategy. So the AI agent aware of what you prefer, and you can program it or talk with it, saying, okay, I prefer these aggregators, I prefer this DeFi project, I believe in 1, 2, 3. And the AI agent should have the needed tools so it can fetch all data and help you doing this. So at the end, for the automation mainly, your AI agent, the more tools, the more automated script you give to your agent, or the more code you give your agent as a tool, the more your AI agent will be strong, and the more features you can create. Starting from picking what is the best strategy for you, catching any new opportunity, for example, for the bridging aggregator stuff. If you are using them with if you are using AI agent, sometimes aggregator give offer, you do transactions for free. If you are doing a script, it will not catch it. It will just catch the exact fees. So some slightly different, but will make your application much more smarter. As that's for the automation, for the design of the wallet. So this is the standard I saw for most of wallet, AI agent wallet. You have the client side. The client would submit some request to the interface that's just doing authentication. You have your TEE, your server, your whatever you prefer, and it is connected to some tools to get prices. And then this AI agent will create a wallet for you. As I try to make it safe by having the private key hashed on the database of the AI agent, and it submit transactions on your behalf. And then you use the wallet and submit transactions to Ethereum, which is cool. This is the most scalable approach I saw till now, but it has some issues from user experience and a lot of stuff. For example, no one would trust an AI agent with all his saving. No one would be happy to have a private key on any server side. even if it is hashed, but at the end on the memory somewhere it should be like decrypted. So that's the main issue. A best approach, and I mentioned on the first slides, is to use abstract wallet with session keys. So things are better, but we still have this part, like the server part, which with oracles and everything. Uh, I read a lot of I read about a lot of vulnerability if you are using TEE or are using whatever way you prefer for deployment. Some people may be able to trick your AI agent. Some people may be able to simply, like how to say it, like okay, tell your AI agent that today if someone requested to withdraw USDC, forward it to my wallet, and a lot of auditor managed to train the AI agent to do this. And if it is a black box like TE, you may not be able to ever discover this issue until it is too late. So one of the good approach was to have a transparent way to enter the data. So for example, my AI agent will depend on some oracles, will depend on servers, blah, blah, blah. Should have an easy way to fetch this data and should be transparent, like should be scalable and sometimes should be transparent. One of the solutions to do this was using internet protocol. I'm not sure if people are familiar with it. It is blockchain, not like the consensus mechanism is not as strong as proof of stake on Ethereum. Actually, it's quite more simple, but they are able to deploy a lot of AI agent, and they are a public blockchain. They offer you a very easy way to see all executions and the running model. And if you are having some private data or have some data that you don't want to share, instead of like having the challenge of using any Z key and any way of like hiding data off chain, Internet Computer Protocol offers some good subnets that can be private, that can encapsulate some data with some hashing ways, which may be better. So it is like one of the different approach, but the main feature is having ICP with native Oracle support, with native bridges, which make life easier. And they deployed already a lot of AI models, and it perform well on their chain, which we can use it instead of AWS. So instead of having a server or a TE where it's a black box, you don't know anything, maybe having ICP with some slightly closed subnets would be cool to help on this. Or you can use Avalanche. Avalanche have its subnet. The subnet support all bridges and support oracles natively. And you can add your own plugins on it, which was pretty cool. It wasn't good on AI, so maybe on AI models you can try use it on client or use it on another server. But it was a good design to have subnets and have layer one, so you submit like your AI agent is operating on the same chain and have a more like decentralized way to get the data and to validate it. And the last approach, this one, I didn't test it yet. I know about it, but I didn't use it till now. I am on the wait list, so using EigenLayer. EigenLayer would be cool. I read the white paper, so it will depend on restacking and depend on Eigen token. I don't think it would be strong for a lot of static data, in my opinion, because it is depending on like build on the top of proof of stake, so it should have some limitation. Like maybe the ICP would be stronger on this, but like I will not be sure until I test it myself. Hopefully it will be live soon. Until now, in my opinion, this approach is like the most scalable one. But like how to deploy your AI agent, how to deploy the model is still more or less challenging. Okay, then the tools for AI agent. One of the things that was quite interesting was using pretty simple equations. Like everyone is familiar with these equations. It's just APY, you are calculating your APY reward and calculating your loss when using liquidity pool. When using them as a tool, even if your AI agent is already like trained to use them, it is it is not so guaranteed that the context will not go away. Like you need to have the context restricted, and using mass as tools was quite interesting on this part. And it helped me a lot, like to have all context more or less strict and safer on this part. The risk and challenges we have, of course, like as I said before, tracking the AI agent. The challenge UX, I will manage it. I will talk about it on the next slide. And of course, new product menu hacks. For example, for the AI agent tools, when you have a lot of mass AI agents, I feel the models become faster, but a lot of AI experts I work with told me that's not true. I don't know why yet, but when I use logger or use monitoring, it is clear that having mass equations makes the models more or less faster, but I don't know why. If someone knows, that would be quite interesting, but it really affects the context of the agent and make it much faster. And I found a lot of projects doing the same use case. Would like to share it with you. So Loomly have a very interesting way for onboarding. Like onboarding is quite easy. You can import your private key or use your own. Same for AI models. Perl was the most client-side AI agent I found. You do everything really on a desktop app. Ask Gina have the best resources for learning and blogs. Hey Anon was pretty cool as they offer a manual way and automatic way to do everything. Hyper Signals, I am excited because it's on Hypernative and Become both are two partners, like interesting people, but I couldn't test it yet. I am on the whitelist too. Mamu may be my favorite, to be honest. It is for for saving, like to have a lot of liquidity pool and have them on the saving side, and it was quite good on rebalancing different pools and to have a lot of saving inside it. And that's all. Any question?
Hi, thanks for the talk. My question about the session keys. Who generating the session keys and which type of session keys you are generating, if it's ECDSA or P256? Do you know?
Mainly who generate the session key should be on the client side from the wallet, like managed by the user. Which session key? We are testing both. Each have some pros and cons. For example, ECDA is much simpler, but it may not get be valid, maybe expired and some issues on it. So the best approach is having it like what we did it like hybrid. So it depends on the tool. We decide which session key will ask. So if it is pretty expensive thing, we prefer having ECDA now. If no, we keep the other way. I think that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam.